No. Hello, we're late. We're just saying we're late. We're late. We're here now. We're
Hello,
here.
hello.
We were actually here, but we were just talking about something.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, we're ready to talk now. We're ready to talk. I'm kind of sleepy. I was kind of taking a little nap earlier. I
Oh,
don't nap.
you don't
So,
take nappies.
I know I don't, but because naps make me tired when I wake up. Okay, if I take like a 15-minute little nap, I'm okay. But if I sleep for longer than that during the day, then I wake up and I'm like all tired. So that's why.
No, it ain't worth me to lay down. For by the time I get in bed, comfortable, and I can finally go to sleep, it's been longer than 15 minutes at that point. So
No,
that would
see,
be just boom.
no,
Not
see,
for me.
normally if I need a nap, it's just it used to be like after work, I'd come home from work and I'd just take a little nap before dinner, just a quickie little 20-minute nap if I did it. But now I slept too long and now I'm tired. Which doesn't make
Oh,
sense because I was awake for 2 hours in the middle of the night. So I thought I was just catching up on sleep that I missed, but
but
I
maybe not. Maybe not.
don't know. Anyhow,
Well, we're gonna hope that my internet behaves. I'm the only one here right now.
well, it looks good right now. So there you go. All right. Well, who's here? Karen and Catherine and Mary Lou and Joe. Hi, Joe. Judy. Hi. Hello, Sherry and Risa. Sean's here. Sue's here. Um, yeah, Sue, don't say nothing. You probably finished the book. Hello, Lucretia and Jennifer. I finished reading just in time. Oh, you're assigned reading, not the whole book. Yay,
Exactly.
Jennifer. Yeah.
Assigned reading.
Yep, there goes
We
Sue.
know Sue finished
I
it.
said and Lynn, we don't even want to know what Lynn has to say. We know
I'm
Lynn's.
pretty sure Lynn has finished it.
I know, right? Right? I know naps are just, I don't know. I don't normally do it. Hello, Helen. But I was tired. I was really tired because I was awake for 2 hours in the middle of the
What
night.
were you awake for 2 hours for? What was happening?
I don't know. I didn't feel good. So I was just awake.
Uh
So,
oh.
Brandy, where are the pigs?
Um. So when I called Wayne and asked him, I might have already told you this. I asked him, how many pigs do we have? And he said none. I said, okay. How many pigs do we have in our woods? He said six. There's still six in the woods.
So there are 6 pigs wandering around. But he didn't
There's
go get
six pigs
more.
wandering around.
He didn't go get any more pigs.
He didn't go get any more, but I had to ask him last night, did he go get a goat? Because I'm telling you right now, it sounded like a baby goat was bleating outside my window. And I'm like, he goes, nope, I didn't get no goat. There's just pigs running around out there.
Has he seen them? Has he seen the pigs?
Um, he did, and then they go off again. So
Oh, Lord.
I at least he didn't pay for him, I guess.
Well, at least
But
he
I'm
didn't
pretty
go
sure there's going to be an animal having bacon.
At least he didn't go get any more. 'Cause that would have
I
been
know, thank goodness.
right. No.
Oh my gosh. I would have, I told him, I said, do not get any more pigs.
Right.
No, we're done.
Yeah.
You're done. That
Did
means you're
you see
done.
that Lynn's reading the book for the second time? And
Lynn.
she's on chapter 15 for the second round. I'm like,
Wait, what? No, and Sue's on the second book. Okay, y'all,
oh,
y'all,
Sue's reading
y'all,
the second book?
y'all.
What if we want to read the second book together? You don't
I
want to.
know. Look. Because I'm really liking it. Free Wilbur.
Wilbur has
Trust
been
me,
free.
Wilbur is free.
Wilbur's been
Oh, the
free.
little and he goes. Today he told me. I said, I can't believe. I said those dogs are barking like crazy. He goes, yeah, and that's what keeps me up sometimes at night
Because
is
they hear
because
the
they're
pigs
barking.
out
They're barking at the pigs.
there. They know the pigs are.
And he said, but the good news is they're all male.
Oh, what's that mean? So they can't get out there making baby pigs?
Right.
Oh,
So
that was his
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Catherine, gold star for you.
exactly. You followed the assignment.
Lucretia, don't go down the path of these students that don't follow directions, Lucretia. You're still
No, no,
new
no,
to
no.
this. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Follow the assignment.
Oh,
I know it's difficult. It is difficult, but that's why you pull out a different book.
that's right.
And yes, you just go ahead and get into that one so that you
Yeah.
forget about
Yeah.
this one until it's
Yes.
what are you doing, camera?
Lucretia,
No.
she's like, it's too late. Oh my gosh. Sherry. So we can count on Sherry, Jennifer, Catherine, an
And usually Sean.
overachiever. Okay, I'm not certain that's what I would say, Lynn, that you're an overachiever. I'm not certain that's the spin I would put on it. But if that makes you feel good about yourself, that's what you say then. Okay. Yeah.
It is good, Lucretia. I will give you that. I will give you that. That's why I have to have a second book.
And then
so
Sue, of
that
course, said the third book comes out next month. So
that's why I have to have a second book to,
yes, I have 3 books going at the same time.
Hey, Mr.
3.
Giggles. Joe, wait a second. If he was reading,
you couldn't
couldn't
counted on me.
okay, so
Joe would follow. Joe would follow the rules.
Joe would follow along. That's right. He would. Hey, Trina, Joe would have done the assignment. Joe, you'd like this book. I'm telling you right now, you would like this
Reese
book.
is just like, what was the assignment? Well, the first week it was just to read through chapter 1. There was a prologue in chapter 1. It was to read through chapter 1. And
yes,
these people, some of them were up to like chapter 6 by the time we
Sue was up to chapter 14 last week.
No. Well, I'm talking about okay.
Because trust me, I had to go back in the comments, right, to make sure of where I was supposed to stop. And what do you see? I saw Sue's Brandy read to 14, and I'm like, nope,
That's
Sue.
not. She did that. She tried
me.
to fool you.
Tried to fool me.
You all are just teachers' pets. No, we are the teachers, not the teachers.
That's right.
Pets. We're the teachers.
And the teachers have to follow the assignment, guys.
See, Judy just read a novella in between.
Sue.
Right.
Did you read Sue?
I don't.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, we know what kind of.
All right. Anyhow, here we are with this one. We read up to chapter 6. We got up to where some people were last week. When
yes.
Anyhow, we're up to chapter 6. We stopped there. So I mean, so far, I mean, I don't know. We haven't gotten a lot of the book giving magic stuff yet.
Right. What we have is that the books have kind of led Sarah to believe that Grace is like who's going to help her save the town.
Yeah.
But Grace ain't having none of it. She doesn't even want to do the job that she's supposed to do. She just went over there and went, delegate. Oh, I'll delegate. All right. Here you go.
It's all yours. I'm not touching it. Right. Yes, we are, Sean. We truly are. So, I mean, these people who've read ahead have more info than we do to say how great it is because we're not there yet. So we're still.
Well, it's great
back
to me.
Here at chapter 5, just getting to know everybody.
Well, we are seeing a little bit of the magic. I mean, first off, I didn't realize that the town already knew about the specialness
of this
family.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the town actually knew it. So that was a shock to me. But we got to see about the flowers. So now I'm kind of curious
the flowers are interesting that the flowers.
Why does Grace have an impact on the color of the flowers?
I don't know. That is kind of interesting.
Yes. So I
It
am.
must be good, Sue, if you've already gone on to the second book. You must have liked it enough to continue in the series, right?
Well, Sue already told me that at least with this one, there's no going to be red cheeking me. So,
Oh,
because it's all
oh,
good.
there's no, yeah,
There's
there's no
there's
spice,
no bop
no
but a boom but a
spice
bop
at
bop.
all. Yeah.
Yep, there's none of that.
So yeah, Grace is just really like she's got her nose to the grindstone. She's going to do a job. She's going to do what she has to do, and then she's getting out. And then she's got to take care of the niece who's not really I don't know, she's not really warming up to her being the caretaker, it doesn't sound like. And then she's got Mama G there. And Mama G, oh Mama G.
Has obviously has dementia.
Yeah. So they end up over at the neighbor's house, breaking into the neighbor's house, cleaning the neighbor's house. I'm like,
Boy,
okay.
was he surprised. He's like,
Well, he handled it really well, I think. He was like,
yeah.
okay.
And this niece, for the age that she is, she's you can tell she's used to talking to adults.
Yeah.
Because, it was a little bit more not baby talk or anything like that. Like
No,
she
yeah.
and she understood. She's like, look,
And
I
she
don't want
told
her to
him
cry
what's
because
going
I don't
on.
want to deal with that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
told him what was going on. She knew. She understood. The lady that's supposed to be watching her doesn't seem like she's doing a very good job keeping an eye on her, taking care of her.
No, she was on the phone arguing with somebody.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
And then the next time we see her, Grace is coming home and she's like rushing out the door. I gotta go. It's like she doesn't. I don't know. She seems kind of like she's not really into doing that job. Yeah, Lynn. Well, especially if he's hot, because it sounds like he's a hot neighbor with the motorcycle and the bad boy kind of thing. So,
I think there's going to be, it may not be steamy, but I think there's going to be a cute little romance going on. I'm predicting a little romance that was going to happen
with Grace
between these two neighbors, between Travis and Grace.
Well, he's got a lot of work to do to get Grace to even think about it. Right?
Well, she'd have to have a lot of work to get him to think about it because he's so PTSD and he don't want to be around people either.
No.
They're kind of two peas in a pod when it's that.
Yeah. So it was interesting how Grace just walked into that meeting. And the mayor, what's up with the mayor? He's just like a useless turd, isn't he? Useless turd.
Yeah, told her, hey, there's overtime, but you can't have it. And I'm not going to this meeting. I'm gonna go fishing. They understand it's fishing. And she's like, how about you do your job? He's like, oh, and by the way, you didn't know you had this, you got to plan this festival. Yeah, nothing's on computer. It's all, here's this book.
Lynn, hush. Sean's making
my goodness.
Lynn, see, this is why Lynn could not come on live, like showing us her face. She would give things away.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that would be my take, Sherry, is that Grace is going to fall in love and she's going to want to stay in the town, right? She's going to want to stay there.
Because the books have told Sarah that she needs to stay forever. They're like, she's like, this woman don't even want to stay a year.
Nope.
Well, men will do that for you. They make you stay forever.
And then you get pigs and
you just stay in this one spot forever.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. What was I going to say? Oh, Sean. Yeah, she's talking about we've all had that boss. Quick story. When I was doing my internship for teaching, okay, I mean, it's weeks. I'm weeks into this, weeks. And your mentor is supposed to be there, right? And they're
Yeah.
supposed to help you and guide you and be there and do things together with you and hold your hand and, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind of the point.
well, we were probably 6 weeks in, 7 weeks in, maybe. And my mentor teacher looked at me and she said, "You got this. I'm going downstairs. I'm going to go do some things. I got some art projects to work on." And she was like gone. And I was like, okay. And she was literally like gone. She left me all of the time. And I was like, that is not how this was supposed to work. That's not how it was supposed to work. She'd be in the hall talking to other teachers, wandering around. She just whatever she wanted to do. It was like she had somebody in the classroom taking over. She was good. Bye.
Mine gave it to me early. I mean, she's like, I don't want to do this whole taking one over at the time. I'll give you one to start. Then once you show me you can do the one, I'm giving you all of them. And I'm like, oh, she go, but I'm not leaving the room. So she did stay. And she offered advice. The only problem is when it was time and my observer person, the main person of our college, came to observe and was like, so how long has she been doing this all? And she's like, oh, for a while. I mean, like pretty much it was like third weekend I got the first class, and then fourth weekend I had it all. And she's like, so why are you still here? And she's like, because I don't have to leave yet, do I? I'm supposed to offer her advice. And she's like, well, yeah, but we've now reached the point where you can't be in here for 2 weeks. She goes, what do you mean not be in here? Well, she did not and she's had student teachers before, but this particular class, she's never had one as good as what I had, because they were, oh my God, they were perfect. And she's like, I don't. Oh yeah, I had 22 kids because it was 5th grade. I taught all the subjects, 22 kids. All of them were above reading level.
Okay.
They were literally the kids where if they were talking, you could say 1, 2. You couldn't even have to get to 3, 4, 5 eyes on me. Nope, just 1, 2. They were in front, hands in front of them, and just ready, writing utensil. They all had half of them were teachers' kids.
Lucky you.
Yeah, and she's like,
I had the opposite.
She looked at me. She goes, you don't understand. I have never, in all of my years of teaching, had a class like this, and I can guarantee you I never will again. I don't want to give this class up even for 2 weeks. Like, she didn't want to not be in there. And then she said it wasn't fair to me, because she said, which technically it wasn't, because she said, you are so not getting real life experience going on here.
I had real life just thrown right in my lap with no help to figure it out. Here,
it's like,
or swim. It's all on you. Just figure it out. I mean, I suppose it made me a stronger person, and it made me have to do things. But man,
but it would have been easier if you would have had some. But it would have been easier if you would have had some direction of, okay, here's how you handle a situation like this.
And they're not supposed to do that. I mean, our internship is a year long. You're there all year.
Oh, what? No, ours is only half a year.
No, ours is a full year internship. When you go to MSU, it's full year internship. And so she wasn't supposed to do anything like that. But anyhow, she did.
Wow.
So she was done. She didn't want to do it anymore.
Lynn.
No.
But see, I probably would have.
You're right.
I would have benefited from a student teaching class like yours, because, like I said, they're like all these perfect little kids. And instead, I go to a class that's like what you had. That's the normal kids that I get.
Yeah.
Every year now.
That your first year in on your own, you're like, I didn't sign up for this. How do I handle this? I can't handle any of this. Oh, I was prepared. I was prepared.
Mindy, I told you the very first time I had a kid literally climbing the blinds, and it was out my mouth before I could think about it. I was, young mom, had young kids, and I was like, get out from there right now before I spank you. Like, it just was out my mouth. And I realized and how he behaved, because he just like did the stop, slow turn around, and then he's like, oh, you gonna spank me? I went, oh God. Oh God. I'm done. Bye bye teaching. But no, my principal sent me to a Harry Wong.
Oh,
and
Harry Wong.
Yes, I went to a Harry Wong seminar, and it actually did change everything.
Did you meet
But
Harry?
yeah.
Did you meet Harry?
Yes, he even signed my book and everything.
I probably have Harry Wong's autograph book in my basement in my pile of crap I need to get rid of, right? Harry Wong. I'm telling you, the stuff they come up with, there's so many. Oh my gosh. That's funny that we both did the Harry Wong thing though. Funny.
Well, he's like, when it comes to first days of school and what kind of stuff, I mean, I really wish they would have given me that book, or I don't know, even just sit us all as a class, because even though it's all like, man, that's just like so simple. Like it's like, why didn't I think of that? Instead, I'm running around like crazy going, what is going
It is the
on?
one thing they don't really teach in college is this classroom management. I had a classroom management class, but it was like how to set up your classroom, how to set up your classroom for groups and this and that and all this. And I'm like, what? That
But
doesn't
actual
help you
classroom management?
with
No.
children? No, not at all.
No. All they told me in my what? Did you all freeze? What?
I don't think so. It must have been you, Judy.
Oh, but no, the only classroom management with the class was telling us who not to touch where. If they show you their PP, don't, you can't help. And I'm like, because you got to remember elementary education. And I remember going, wait, who's going to be showing who what?
I never
And they're like,
had anybody say anything like that to me. Never.
They were like, oh, yeah, you don't understand. Depending on what age level of elementary, I'm like,
oh, they're going to show their PPs, guaranteed.
I'm like, no. As she said, and you also have to watch out because they have discovered parts of themselves.
That's right.
And I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. I said, this does not happen in an elementary school classroom.
Oh yeah.
Luckily,
at least once a year, at least. Sean, it's your fault. You're the one who talked about the bosses. You got us into this, Sean. You did it.
You did. Those are our bosses. We don't have mayoral. That's right. We don't have those kind of bosses. Although, boy, it would be nice to be able to just walk out. Could you imagine being a big boss and get to just walk out and go wherever the heck you want to and do whatever you want to do?
Nice. Instead of I was tied to my room. I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, you're there. Anyhow.
Yeah, I know. You don't even get to go to the bathroom.
About this book so far, we want to say.
Okay, so I do want to say, what do you think of? Do you think Mama G is actually full on dementia, or do you think that they're still part of her?
No, I think she comes
there.
I think she comes.
Okay, she comes and goes. Okay.
At this point, yeah.
Because see, I'm still trying to figure out. Like, I feel like Mama G noticed something about Grace, but maybe now she's all.
Lynn, I can get you a copy of Harry Wong's book if you would like.
It ain't gonna help you unless you're a teacher, trust me. Unless you try to figure out how to keep kids from like making you lose your dang mind in your job at once. But like, I don't know. I wish I knew what exactly. I guess maybe we're gonna find out exactly what talent she has.
Let's say this. We have some discussion questions in the back of our book. Discussion questions. Yes. So the first question was, the first book to speak to Sarah is the old journal. Oh my gosh, the old journal has gotten so cranky now, right? The old journal doesn't want to talk to her anymore, and it's all grumpy.
Journal don't even want to wake up and say hello.
Right? I know. It was written by her ancestor, 14-year-old Charlotte, who moved with her family to North Carolina from Massachusetts in 1702, and they were the ones that founded Dove Pond. All right. What did the old leather journal want to share with Sarah? We already know that. That's not a discussion question. We already know that. Wants to share that she's got to fix the town. She's in charge of fixing the town, right? Okay, let's see what it says. Later on, as a librarian, Sarah uses her gift to place the perfect book into the hands of the reader who needs it most. Okay, that cracked me up. She hands the one dude a book about auto maintenance.
And they use it to prop up the car, not to read it, not to fix it.
Right. And then the last chick, what'd she give? A book on Italian or something?
Italian, how to read Italian.
And
how to speak Italian. She's like,
I am not going to read Italian.
She's like, what is this?
These people aren't sounding like they're, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the book on Italian. So this is a good question, though. Has anyone ever shared a book with you that was particularly appropriate for that moment in your life? Harry Wong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That right there, that changed. I went from a screaming crazy person who was like, I have made the biggest mistake of my life and wasted a whole lot of money.
Right.
I was ready to leave.
Did anybody in the chat have a book that somebody gave them at the right time of their life? Or have you had the opportunity to give a book to somebody in hope that it would help them?
Oh, yeah, I'm curious about that. Yes.
That's interesting. Books that you have gotten, I'm sure we'll find out about the Italian, Sue. I'm sure we will.
Hey, Joe.
People do that, though. They'll give you books that they think you have to read this book. Have you had a fail? Somebody gave you a book about headaches? Or
a book of headaches? I don't know what that is. Is that like diagnosing types of headaches?
I don't know. So I had a person that I taught with. She was an assistant, and she was like, and don't ask me the name of the book even. I don't remember it. And she's like, oh, you've got to read this book. You've got to read this book. It is the best book. And I was like, okay. So she even brought me the book. She brought me a copy of the book, and she gave it to me. And I was like, that is the worst book I've ever tried to read in my life. It was horrible. And she just thought it was the greatest thing. So now, think of that. Now this person wants to know, what'd you think? What'd you think of the book? What'd you think? Because they love the book. Love the book. It was weird. It was like all these little short stories about a person, and they were all disconnected. And I saw no point in any of it. I read like a third of it, and I was done. Think about it.
Kind of like me trying to share with you a book that, like one of my books that I'm just like, oh my God, this is the best book ever. And you're just like,
No. But see, we have that kind of relationship. We can do that. You can tell me, no, that sounds like crap. I can tell you, no, that, no, we can do that with each other, right?
Yeah.
But this is somebody who is just, I felt really bad. I had to be so careful how I approached my answer to her. You know what I mean?
Yes, you didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, you got a cat liver sore when your cat was sick. You couldn't read it, but did you read it later? I bet you read it later, though, didn't you?
Oh, wow, Sean. Okay. Now, I will tell you a book that I actually have on my shelf that, in addition to Harry Wong, that actually did help me through my first couple of years was Chicken Soup for the Teacher's Soul.
Oh.
That one was actually really good because first off, it's anecdotes that like honestly only teachers will get. It's like, oh my God. Yep. In there. I know that student.
I got so many books. After a while, it's just like ad nauseum, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay. Yeah, I like legend porn. There you go, Jennifer.
Legend book.
Anyhow, all right. So yeah, think about that question for next time. Is there anything? Now Brandy did freeze.
Oh no.
Oh, you read it a
Oh,
year after your cat passed away. Yeah.
okay. Mindy, how did my face look
I
frozen?
don't
What did I
know.
do?
It was brief. It was all right. I think you were going, oh,
Oh no,
you were
no.
like in singing mode. Oh, goodness.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep my eyes down here like this. And that way it'll just all look the same.
All right. I mapped out our next reading, and it's a little bit
Okay.
more than, it's a little bit more. It's just because the way the chapters are landing, page number wise. And yeah,
Right.
cranberry scones. I just
Ooh.
gotta make cranberry scones for our breakfast tomorrow. I'll just leave them at your house in the morning so you can get them before you leave. Anyway,
Okay, I'm wondering if that Italian is going to come in handy with cooking.
maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we're reading all the way through chapter 10. Doesn't sound like much because we're on chapter 6, but we're going to read through chapter 10.
Okay, so read chapter 10, not chapter 11.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
Yep. All right. So we'll see what happens there. Somebody's getting some cranberry scones.
The more important thing is someone's getting breakfast made for them.
Right? My one grandson, oh my gosh, I had to laugh. It's happened twice now, before the retreat and now after the retreat. He comes in on Monday, okay? And we've been to the store on Sunday. And Meyer has these scones. They come in those plastic container things, they're fresh from the bakery. 8 scones. They are, what are they? Strawberry. No, they're not strawberry. They're not. There's something in white chocolate. Raspberry white chocolate scones. Okay. And he comes in. Now, mind you, they've had lunch at school by the time they get here. He comes in. This is the second time he's done it. He comes in. He's like, oh, you have scones. Can I have a scone? And Dale looks at me and he goes, Grandma Mindy, he wants a scone. And I'm like, he knows the answer is no. You cannot have one of my scones. And this time he just looked at me and he was like, like, I knew she was going to say that, right? I'm like, no, those are my breakfast. You can't eat my breakfast. Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Stephen King and an eye surgery and an eye. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Sue, you read whatever you want because it doesn't matter what we say anyhow. You're going to do what you want anyhow. So you read whatever you want, Sue. Oh, goodness. All right.
I will be reading my because I have my books that I read. I wait to read this.
Yep.
Literally until because it was a little bit longer section, I started it last night before I went to bed.
Yeah. So you read this right before we do the live. I do too, but it takes me a few more days than you because I don't read as much as you do. Sean told Sue to read Harry Wong. Oh, that's funny. You can't tell Lynn to reread it because Lynn's already on chapter.
Lynn's already rereading
time, so don't tell Lynn to reread it. Lynn needs to read Harry Wong.
Bye, Lisa.
Well, Lisa, you got here just in time for us to say goodbye. Goodbye. We're leaving. And it's time for me to go do dinner. So anyhow, I'll have to read the Harry Wong for punishment. Now I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to look on those shelves. I got all my teacher books, like the teacher manual kind of books. I might have gotten rid of Harry a long time ago, though. He might have been gone a long time ago. But
mine is sitting on my bookshelf at school, and that's where it stays up until I leave school.
Well, that's the issue. All those books were on a shelf at school, and I never looked at them. And then I had to pack up my room, and now they're all here on a shelf that I never look at. So there you go.
I get to look at a biology book. So
yeah, well, that's fun. I said I like biology. So Sally is still limping, but not as bad. She was funny today. We got out the bread and she come running from way the other side of the field, and she comes running across the yard, and it's a run, hop, 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 run, hop. I mean, she's doing pretty good. So,
He's like, I gotta get that bread.
yep, she was ready. So,
Did the
right.
did the ducks go after him too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're all there. Everybody's scrambling for whatever they can get. They love it. They had English muffins today.
Oh,
English muffins.
y'all just spoil them rotten. Spoil them rotten, Mindy. Spoil them
I'm
rotten.
telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, there you go. Ask your daughter. She'll probably know who Harry Wong is. I mean, I think most people in education.
I think most
Harry
teachers know Harry Wong.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Consider, and I'm driving his wife's old car.
What?
Yeah. When the car that I have, my little Ford Fiesta.
Mm-hmm.
It was Harry Wong's wife's car, but she didn't like it that much because it was a lot smaller. So she only had it for a little bit and then turned it back in.
That's interesting.
I think so too.
They live around there somewhere?
Yeah, supposedly they live over there close to where I work.
Interesting. Huh. I don't care. Either way, I don't care.
Is Dale cooking? Is Dale grilling?
Yeah, he's getting ready to start doing some dinner. So
I'm all by myself, so
I better go help.
Don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, I don't know. Go find some pig.
Tell me, Mindy, if I go outside and some pig butts me in the butt, I'm gonna be like, no.
A wild pig comes running up out of the field one day. Brandy's getting in her car, getting chased by a hog.
Oh my God.
Well, hi, Marion, and bye, Marion. We're leaving.
I know.
I'll see you later.
Love you, Marion.
See you guys.
Bye.